Well, hello. Today I'm going to try something a little bit different. I want to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart because I absolutely love the Halo franchise more than most people probably do. Now, this all comes from the perspective of somebody who has played this game since they were but a 4-year-old, because that was when I first played the first Halo game back in like 2001. And then I remember when the first trailer for Halo 2 came out and being super excited for that because obvious reasons. I think most people who were around during that time know exactly what the feeling I'm talking about is. So I'm sure by this point everybody has heard the news that Bonnie Ross has finally stepped down from the 343 helm. In all honesty, this is probably one of the best things that has happened to the company. I've got nothing personally against Bonnie Ross, but the last 15 years, oh man, the last 15 years have not been the best for this franchise. In all honesty, I think at this point, and this is my opinion, I think at this point 343 would have been way better off if they just didn't have to make a Halo game. I think if they made literally anything else, it would have played out way better in their favor, and they would have had a much more successful game than Halo 4, 5, and Infinite. I absolutely believe that. I think that Microsoft should have focused all of their resources on another brand new IP, or, I don't know, anything other than what we have received. They would have definitely been way better off if any other AAA game other than Halo 4, 5, and Infinite. I think a lot of it stems from there's like fundamental differences between the team that was left behind and the one that left to go make Destiny. They definitely weren't thinking the same way. And there's a lot of like different, I'll link a video in the description that really puts that into perspective as to how different everything was. Because if there's one thing that I'll give to 343 Industries is they have some really good marketing. I was really invested in that whole Hunt the Truth campaign thing for Halo 5. That was one of the coolest things I think they've ever done. And I wish that they would do more stuff like that. Or anything similar to it. Because implementing ARGs into your actual game marketing was probably a really good idea. I think more games should implement that. Kind of like how Cyberpunk is implementing their anime into their game story. They added things that made it kind of correlate with the show a little better. I kind of wish they had done that with the Halo show. I wish they had made it a canon show. I feel like it would have done way better if it was canon. They had one good scene out of the entire series, and I think everybody kind of already put in their 2 cents on that. My whole point is any other game would have been better than anything that has come out since Halo Reach. I feel like the peak of Halo has already passed, and Bungie was the only good company to have worked on this franchise. The franchise is gonna be dead in the water if Forge fails, and Forge is the only redeeming factor at this point that they have. I really hope whoever they put in charge in Bonnie's place can redeem this dead franchise, but I think that they should just focus their resources on literally making any other game, because they would be way better off rather than trying to recapture the light that Halo 3 used to be. You should just go for greener pastures, I guess, or just think of something different, because attempting to do the same thing again is not going to work in your favor. You're not going to capture lightning in a bottle again. That has already happened. It's just not looking good. It could have been way better. It would have been way better if it wasn't Halo, in all honesty. I think a lot of the reason that these games get so much hate is because they carry the name Halo, and it's just kind of a shame, because Halo 4 would have been a fine shooter game, and the story was pretty lackluster. I feel like that if they had more creative freedom with the story and the way that the game plays, it would have been like critically way better. The community would have accepted it way more. It's just because it's Halo. At this point, I think that's what it is. If they just stopped making Halo games and just made something else that was like Halo, but something completely different, that thing would definitely just take off. You should take that advice, Microsoft. You should let Halo stop here, wrap up the franchise, and make something different. And this is coming from somebody who literally grew up playing this franchise and had almost every book and knew all of the lore before 343 came and messed it up. Anyways, that's pretty much what I wanted to do for this video. I just want to see if anybody wants... I just want to see if this prompts discussion. If this prompts discussion, then I've succeeded in what I'm trying to do. Anyways, have a good one.